Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, mtazamaji mpendwa popote pale ulipo, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. Yaumu sabt, siku ya Jumamosi, kama kawaida ni siku ya kutabaruk na halua yetu. Halua katika ulimwengu wa michezo, mtazamaji, mengi tu yamesheheni katika anga tofauti tofauti kuhusiana na michezo mbalimbali, na tunakushukuru sana kwa kuichagua Al-Huda TV ambayo ni muongozo kwa umma. Asante sana tena sana kwa kuwa pamoja nasi. Mimi naitwa Nur Said. Leo ni tarehe 27 mwezi wa Shaaban, bado siku mbili ama tatu tuingie katika mwezi mtukufu wa Ramadhani. Sijui wewe pale nyumbani umejitayarisha vipi kumkaribisha mwezi huyu mwema ambaye anatujia na fadhila na rehma nyingi tu, sisi kama Waislamu na pia wasiokuwa Waislamu. Najua wengi ni mashabiki wa kipindi cha Halua. Tunawakaribisha katika halua yetu hii leo. Kuna mengi ambayo tumekuandalia. Leo siko peke yangu. Leo tunafanya social distancing na alhamdulillah pia tutakuwa na mgeni mwingine, lakini acha nikujulishe, huyu bwana leo amevaa nyeusi. Sijui kwa nini leo amevaa nyeusi, na ili hali juzi tu amempiga mtu mabao kupitia mikwaju ya penalty.
Nur Said, tulishinda. Lakini kwanza turejea pale. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, mtazamaji, karibu katika halua ya michezo. Waswahili husema mchumia juani ule kivulini, ukiwa fan wa Arsenal utasalia matatani.
Alright.
Karibu katika kipindi cha leo. Nita Shuaib Ali.
Lakini ngoja kwanza mwelekezi, leo itabidi umekaa chonjo sana na microphone ya huyu jamaa. Wewe unaizimazima kwa sababu leo naona ana sauti kweli. Ewe watu waone tu, lakini asemi kitu.
Lazima tuzungumze.
Yani tuguze kulipo. Vipi habari ya wiki?
Alhamdulillah.
Wiki imekuwa shwari.
Wiki imekuwa raha kabisa.
Wiki jana unakumbuka tumekuwa hapa tukizungumza mambo tofauti tofauti.
Naam.
Wiki hii pia tuna mgeni leo
bila shaka
ambaye atakuwa anatuzungumzia kuhusiana na,
wanasema kwa kimombo,
Archery. Wajua kuna hadithi katika hadith sahih Bukhari inazungumzia
mambo kama hayo,
kulenga shabaha. Inaitwa kulenga shabaha.
Na kusura
Mtume sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam anasema, wafundisheni watoto wenu kulenga shabaha, kuendesha farasi na kuogelea
na kududufu.
Sijui hapo uko wapi?
Niko kwa kududufu niko. Upande wa kulenga shabaha.
Dufu mpara roho ama ile yenyewe. Unajua kuna dufu mpara roho ile unaingianga unatoka. Ama ni ile kupiga dufu yenyewe.
Siwezi kufa kwa maji.
Of course.
Nda survive.
Of course. Ukisema huwezi kufa kwa maji na kuelewa.
Alafu Archery ndafundishwa inshallah
leo. Si kazi rahisi.
Alafu tena ukuwe mwanamke tena. Ni ngumu.
Mimi pia kwa kuendesha
kidogo
niko kidogo.
Afadhali.
Kuna siku nimekwenda wapi? Paradise Lost. Kisha nikaambiwa panda bwana.
Huku sita.
Nani apande? Akaniambia huyu rahisi, panda. Nikapanda juu, nikamwambia sasa namfanyaje? Wanasema ukimpiga pande ya kulia unamwambia aende mbele. Ukimpiga pande ya kushoto atarudi nyuma. Ukimpiga miguu zote mbili speed inaongezeka. Ushaona, nimekupa tips.
Umenifundisha kidogo tatu.
So next time unapopanda uwezi anguka, unamshika alafu ukimgonga anaanza kwenda. Wanyama wajua ni sisi ndo tunawaelekeza. Lakini yote tisa, Shuaib, tuanze na chanjo ambayo wachezaji wa Kenyan Premier League wanapewa sasa hivi. Ndo kwa maana unaona Ali hayuko hapa. Amesema kwa sababu yeye ni mwanahabari wetu ama mwanaspoti wetu wa viwanjani, lazima afike pale ili aweze na yeye pia kupewa chanjo. Sijui kama wewe ushapewa.
Mimi niko kupokea inshallah hivi karibuni, si muda mrefu.
Lakini mimi nina ati na hii chanjo utapewa kwa kupenda ama utaangaliwa kwanza ndio upewe? Kwa sababu chanjo zingine huwa unaangaliwa kama una complications, alafu unaambiwa hii hapana.
Lakini niliona waziri wa michezo Amina Mohamed, ambaye ni mama yetu, aliweza kusema wale wakati ambapo walikuwa na chanjo wale wanariadha pamoja na shirika la AK Athletics Kenya, alisema kama chanjo hii ni 100% effective hasa kwa wanamichezo. Wajua kwa wanamichezo wao washazoea tizi. Washazoea ile kimbia, at least wana keep fit. Lakini wewe ambao unadunga chanjo alafu wewe ni kukaa tu, hapo ndo matata huwa.
Ndio reactions zinafanya.
Basi hapo ndo matata.
Sasa mimi wasiwasi wangu haswa ni kwa sababu gani? Wamefunga michezo.
Ndio.
Kisha wanapewa chanjo. Ina act vipi? Na inatakana wapewe chanjo warudi michezoni. Wewe unaona kama wataruhusiwa kurudi michezoni?
Huenda watarudishiwa. Huenda wataruhusiwa kwa sababu rais wa FKF Nick Mwendo alisema hili jambo litaanza hii leo. Litakamilika on Tuesday. Wanapanga kuchanja karibu wachezaji 700 ikiwemo makocha na marefa. Watu 700. 700 people. Pia Ali yumo ndani. Kama sijakosea.
Yuko ndani kwa sababu ameenda.
Bila shaka anakwenda kuchanjwa.
Tutamuona kwenye TV kama alikuwa anatudanganya.
Tutamuuliza live.
Kwa hivyo yeye ni among the 700.
Among the 700 pamoja na ma commentators wale ma officials kila aina, bora tu mchezaji, makocha, assistant referee, technical bench, kila mmoja pamoja na wachezaji wetu wote. Lakini sasa shida hutokea hapa, huenda kupewa certificate ikachelewa.
Okay.
Unajua certificate kila mmoja lazima kuwe na yake.
Kwa hivyo certificates 700.
Certificates 700.
Ina maana mtu yoyote, wacha wachezaji, mtu yoyote ambaye anapewa chanjo ana cheti.
Lazima upewe cheti.
Lakini chanjo ni mara 2, kama ni AstraZeneca ni mara 2.
Ndio unapewa chanjo hiyo cheti ya kuonyesha kwamba umechanjwa mara ya kwanza.
Kwa hivyo utapata
ndio uchanjwe twice. Alafu kulingana na Wizara ya Michezo huenda tukarejea tarehe 25 mwezi huu. KPL inshallah, tumuombe Mwenyezi Mungu Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, maana kulikuwa kumevuma lakini tukawachwa. Wajua Gor Mahia ilikuwa hali si hali.
Wajua kuna mambo mengine mwachie Mungu.
Naam.
Gor Mahia tulikuwa taabani.
Huenda mtarejea na fujo.
Ilikuwa sasa hivi tushafungwa mechi zingine kama 3 hivi. Lakini kwa sababu Mungu naye anapenda Gor Mahia akasema wacheni tulize kidogo ili waweze. Huwa inaitwa ni wachie nafasi nipumue. Tulikuwa tupumue.
Kwa hivyo huenda mkarudi na fujo.
Of course. Sasa hatutabeba ligi, lakini hatutamaliza
pale. Hapo umekubali kwanza?
Nishakubali. Hatubebi ligi.
Lakini Nur Said, tukisalia pale kwa Gor Mahia kubeba ligi. Unajua timu yoyote ya Kenya, kwa mfano timu ambayo itachukua ligi msimu huu, tuseme FC Leopards ama tuseme KCB. Kwa mfano tu nauliza Nur Said, tuseme timu yote nyingine.
Taje timu zenye ziko na possibility
qualify CAF Champions League ambao sio Gor Mahia. Watafika wapi kweli Nur Said?
Pengine watafanya vizuri kuliko Gor Mahia.
Nur Said. Tusidanganyane. Hii ni CAF Champions League.
Kwa sababu tutaingia kuongelea CAF Champions League sasa hivi. CAF Champions League inataka experience.
Si mtu hivi.
Number 1, it needs experience. If you are not an experienced team, itakupa tabu sana. Hamwendi mahali. Na mara nyingi unapata wamelaumu sana Gor Mahia, wanaenda pale wanatuaibisha, Waarabu wanawafunga 8 ama sijui, lakini they move ahead. Wanapiga preliminaries, wanaingia mpaka, kuna wakati wameingia group stages, kuna wakati wameenda mpaka quarter finals. Na kuna timu zingine ambazo zinaingia. Bandari iliingia juzi ikatolewa. FC Leopards juzi ikatolewa. Tusker vile vile ikatolewa. Lakini sasa sisi at least
quarter finals.
Sasa wale ambao wataingia waibebe inchi pia. Wasiwe na kulia Gor Mahia.
Kwa mfano tuseme timu kama Bandari apewe Mwarabu.
Mama yangu.
Mwarabu tu. Yoyote tu, Mwarabu yoyote.
Tuseme CR Belouizdad.
Atafika wapi Nur Said? Haya, huyo Ingwe apewe kama vile nyinyi mlipiga Zamalek. Apewe Zamalek.
Ingwe.
Atakwenda.
Oh my God.
Yaani kuna
ule
mshike, kuna ule wasiwasi kwamba huenda timu yenye itashinda KPL msimu huu huenda ikasuasua katika CAF Champions League.
Kwa sababu pia hatujakuwa consistent
kabisa
katika michezo yetu.
Naam.
Shwai Bali, mbali na kwamba michezo imefungwa nchini Kenya, na wachezaji wamelia, na unaona kwamba wachezaji kama 700 wa KPL wanakwenda kupewa chanjo. Hawa wachezaji ambao wanapewa chanjo Kasarani ni wa timu za Nairobi. Je, timu ambazo ziko nje ya Nairobi kunaendaje?
Hapo ndo waziri wa michezo aliambiwa aweze kuingilia kati, kwa sababu kuchanjwa kimeanza tu Nairobi peke yake. Bado hawajafanya timu za Western, timu za Nyanza, timu za Coast,
Bandari.
Kwa hivyo huenda wakapatiwa special pass. Ama huenda wale madaktari wakachukua vifaa wakaenda navyo kwao, ama wakapewa special pass. Ni either hizi mbili. Kwa sababu waziri wa michezo Amina Mohamed alisema kwamba wataenda kila kona ya nchi kuweza kuchanja wachezaji wale athletics pamoja na kila
sasa pia kuna wale wa Olympics ambao wanafaa kwenda katika Olimpiki. Tuko na Olympian leo hapa, Shezhana atatueleza pilka za kwenda Olimpiki. Na wao pia wanafaa kupewa chanjo.
Lazima wapewe chanjo pia.
Alafu mimi nilikuwa nafikiria hata kama pengine rais hatofungua michezo kama wengi wanakisia kwamba atafungua. Mbona hizi mchezo zisiwe centralized pahali moja, pahali ambapo maambukizi sio sana? Kwa mfano iamuliwe itapelekwa Mombasa, kisha ichaguliwe stadium kama 4, mechi zichezewe pale, ama ipelekwe Kisumu, ama ipelekwe Kakamega, wawe concentrated pale, wachezee mechi zote pale wamalize.
Hayo nadhani watafanya hapa Nairobi kama sijakosea. Ukishamaliza kuwachanja wale wachezaji 700 pamoja na makocha na staff zote pia technical bench nini, wataweza kuleta hapa Nairobi. Nadhani mechi zote sasa zitachezwa hapa Nairobi. Centered kwa Nairobi. Zitafungiwa Nairobi. Hutoki tena nje. Kwa sababu ukitoka nje Nuru Said na umechanjwa, kumbuka aliyekuwa governor wa Nairobi Evans Kidero alichanjwa na akapatikana na corona. Pia jana tukampoteza ndugu yetu Muislamu. Alichanjwa pia Nuru Said. Kumbuka chanjo hii si ati iko hivyo. Pia ina masharti yake. Lakini kama wewe ni mtu tembea kukimbia kupiga mpira, kufanya training zako 1-2 inafanya kazi na ina boost ile immunity.
Kwa hivyo jamaa wale ambao wanapigwa chanjo, jaribu kuwa at least active. Usiketi tu fwa ukasema sijui nini ama nini. Na kabla ya kuenda katika mapumziko ili tumkaribishe mgeni wetu Shuaib, kuna jambo ambalo nimelipitia leo asubuhi kwamba timu zile kubwa AFC Leopards na Gor Mahia huenda wakawa katika hatari kwa sababu ya madeni ambayo wachezaji wao wa zamani wanawadai. Mchezaji yoyote ambaye ametoka AFC Leopards, ametoka Gor Mahia, muulize kama team haimdai, kama hadai hiyo team. Atakwambia my friend,
nadai mamilioni
miaka. Sasa inasemekana kwamba hii huenda ikawaponzea katika kununua wachezaji baadaye, kwa sababu tayari AFC Leopards ilishafungiwa, hawanunui wachezaji
bila shaka,
kwa sababu walikosa kumlipa mchezaji deni lake. Hizi timu zetu tutafanya nini bana tuwahurumia wachezaji?
Kwa mfano Nur Said, wajua hivi sasa wachezaji wanaondoka Gor Mahia sana. Nur Said wanahama.
Wacha nikunywe nani. Hiyo news sijaisikia.
Wanahama Nur Said. Kwa mfano Muguna atasalia. Anadai mshahara miezi ngapi Nur Said? Anadai mshahara miezi ngapi?
Mimi ni one of the number one people mimi usema Muguna anafaa kutoka Gor Mahia sasa.
Kwa hivyo hivi sasa anadai miezi kadhaa. Hawajalipwa. AFC Leopards hali ni ile. Nakumbuka tukianza show mwanzo kabisa ligi ikianza, AFC Leopards ikiwa na 1, walikuwa wamepromisiwa nyumba. Sio, unakumbuka hii maneno Nur Said?
Vitu zingine usiseme jamani.
Unakumbuka lakini? Unakumbuka? Ati they will all be given a house tayari imejengwa. Yaani unyamlipa mtu mshahara miezi kadhaa. Alafu unampromise nyumba. Nur Said.
Shuaib, tupumzike kidogo.
Sasa hii hawachukui ligi, hata tuzidanganyane.
Tupumzike kidogo. Lakini mtazamaji wetu, tunapokwenda katika mapumziko tunakukumbusha nambari zetu za simu 0729 078787. Swali letu la leo tunakuuliza, tuna mgeni hapa Olympian Shezhana Anwar. Hilo jina Anwar nafikiri si jina geni, lakini mimi nataka nikuulize swali. Atakaporejea hapa uweze kutujibu. Archery, anakuja kuzungumzia archery. Archery, mshale na nini? Hii nyingine inaitwa uta na mshale. Sasa hii archery kwa Kiswahili inaitwaje?
Archery.
Usiniambie. Ni swali namuuliza mtazamaji wetu. 0729078787, na pia unatupata katika mitandao ya kijamii. Facebook page yetu ni Al-Huda TV, Twitter ni @alhuda_tv, alhuda_tv, na vile vile katika Instagram. Tueleze archery kwa Kiswahili tunaitaje? Sende mbali. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. Karibu tena mtazamaji wetu popote pale unapoendelea kututizama ulimwengu mzima, maana ukitukosa katika hizi free to air za hapa nchini, utatupata katika Azam TV channel 340. Ukitukosa pale, tuko katika mitandao yote ya kijamii tukikuletea ngarambe ya leo katika Al-Huda TV moja kwa moja kutoka Masjid Al-Huda hapa jijini Nairobi. Kama nilivyokueleza kabla ya kwenda katika mapumziko madogo, leo tutakuwa na mgeni. Huyu ni mgeni ambaye najua wengi washamuona kwa yale ambayo anayafanya. Yeye ni mlenga shabaha.
Ushawapa jibu Nur Said.
Usiniangalie ukashangaa mbona mlenga nini? Atatueleza kwa sababu katika studio yangu leo imepambwa sana. It's looking very beautiful with amazing trophies and
kila aina.
Shoaib, wakati nilipokuwa na grow tulikuwa tunafanya hizi vitu
lakini si hivi.
Tulia, acha kuni.
Lakini si hivi.
Tulikuwa tunatengeneza tulikuwa tunachukua tunakata kijiti kwa miti, tunakausha kwanza, alafu sharpen vizuri, tunachonga inakuwa smooth, alafu unafunga kamba huku, unanyorosha, unafunga nyingine huku, alafu unachukua ile nini ya kifagio.
Unaweka.
Inaitwaje? Nyinyi kwenye mnaitaje? Nakuru. Sisi tunaita olenge. Unachukua alafu unavuta, unawekelea mtu.
Kila mtu ya shingo.
Ya hapa ama hapa. Na hiyo ilikuwa ni mchezo na msimu wake. You know, when we were growing up, every game or every sport had its own season. There was time for wakati wa kite, wakati wa kalongolongo, cha baba cha mama, wakati wa kutengeneza gari, na wakati wa hii. Now when I saw Shezhana as the first Muslim woman, hijabi, that is, qualifying for the Olympics in 2016, that is Rio de Janeiro, nilishangaa nikasema, kumbe hata mimi ningeendelea na hii kitu.
Nur Said, tusidanganyane Nur Said. Wewe ungefika mahali.
Wewe acha.
Nisikutoe roho.
Imagine we were doing sticks. Now you have cameraman wangu angezivuruta.
Those are two different things. Usilengeshe hii na olenge.
But hii ni kijiti pia.
Ni kijiti ndio, but
advanced. Now, our dear viewers, welcome to the second segment. And in this segment, we're going to speak in English. We are going to mix English and Swahili because we have our guests in studio. We have Mama here. She's, of course, our mother, Tabassum Anwar. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Al-Huda TV and welcome to our show. It's called Halua ya Michezo. Halua. You've tasted Halua?
Yes.
From Malindi or from Mombasa?
Everywhere.
So you know the sweetness of Halua. Yes. Okay. And pia tuko naye the center of attraction herself. You know her name. Do I need to tell you her name?
Tukumbushe tu.
Niseme? Wacha nimwache aseme. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.
Tell us your name.
Wa alaikum salam. Shezhana Anwar.
Shezhana Anwar.
Yes.
By the way, that Anwar name, is it the Anwar I know, or there is a difference? Because
depends how many Anwars do you know.
I know the rally driver, the champion, our champion, Azhar Anwar.
That is her father.
Oh,
mashallah, mashallah. It seems the talent runs in the family.
In the family, it's a family of
different
talents. Now, let me start by asking Shezhana, why didn't you choose rallying, but like that?
As expensive as archery is, it's still much cheaper than racing.
Because in racing you need to have...
and there seems to be a lot more stress in racing I see my father go through than I do with this sport. So,
so what motivated you to be an archer, as a Muslim girl, to be an archer?
Generally, since I was very young, I have very much enjoyed sports. Any type of sport, I have played them a lot. Basketball, football, hockey was my favorite in high school. But all of them are adrenaline based. So when we came across archery, which like you're saying you used to do as a child, so did we. We used to cut down my mom's small trees, make our bows and arrows, but because we used to watch Robin Hood on television. Yes, so we used to do our own and do our own thing at home. So when we came across it as an actual sport, we decided, I took it up as a challenge because all the other sports I play are run around, adrenaline based, a lot of energy. And this one is like you have to stand still and calm down. So I was like, challenge accepted.
Stand still
And calm down.
And calm down, yes. You have to be very calm.
You have to be very calm.
Yeah.
Mama is here. Is she here as your mom or she's here with another title?
She's here as coach. She's the national coach.
She's
Maybe if I turn around, I can show you.
Wow.
mashallah, mashallah, mashallah.
Just stand there. Just stand there. Let the
Let them-
camera take that shot. She is Kenya coach, meaning that she's not here as Shezhana's mom. Thank you, mom.
Coach
She's not
Kenya.
here as Shezhana's mom. She's here as Kenya
Her coach.
Not only her coach,
Kenya.
Kenya coach. Now tell us something about, everything has a journey.
Yeah.
There must be somewhere you started. You said you started by plucking mama's trees
Yes.
and then making those. But there is a journey until you reached here now, what we are seeing here.
Yeah.
Leave alone this one.
Technically, when I started it, like I told you, I took it up as a challenge to try something new in the world of sports, which I preferred to studying.
No.
I was not a books person. My first local competition, so I started when I was 13 years old. And my first local competition, I think I was about 14 years by then, so I'd been doing it for about a year for fun. My scores in that competition were higher than all those of the men who took part. And these are not men my age, these were fully grown men with much more experience. And I think at that age I was a bit of a feminist. And feeling that I could actually beat people with so much more experience and knowledge than I did, I felt very elevated.
Oh.
And I think after that competition, I knew I was going to stick with this sport.
Mashallah.
As I know, Shoaib,
No.
in our schools, we don't have such sports in our schools. We have football,
Rugby,
Very
handball.
Ma'am, when did you find out that actually
She can be an
talented
archer.
in
Yeah.
archery?
When, like she says, when we started to see her beat everybody who were more experienced than her here in Kenya, and she was beating them very easily. I mean, I used to be what we all call a sidelines mum. I used to sit there
Soccer
and
mum.
maybe do my knitting, read a book, while her and her sister, my other daughter, used to shoot. And then from there, she evolved more, like a butterfly out of a moth. Yeah. So she evolved more, and the other one decided she was going to study more than to take up sports.
Now,
But even though she did do her degree, she's done a degree in USIU, she's qualified, whatever, but she insisted the sports
But
first.
even that, there must be something in you because you are her coach.
and her mother.
She did not just start it. Maybe you also were interested in archery before.
Yes, maybe. But I was brought up in a different generation where what you do, as a woman, a Muslim woman, you obey what the parents. I mean, it's not that she disobeys; she does obey. It's just that culture-wise, you follow the culture and traditions. Yeah,
Yeah, it's different.
It's not. We, my husband and I, have not forced them into that sort of culture or tradition. Let's put it that way.
So
Yeah.
if you see that there's something blossoming in them, you
Yes.
actually play
You
a
build
part
on
in
it.
molding it.
I think I was a part in it.
Mashallah. I know you're a
I
part.
think they preferred the sport of archery because you see for football you'll see a lot of the Muslim ladies, they have difficulty wearing the attire required to cover themselves as compared to the other ladies who can just wear shorts and have no issue. So in terms of archery, at least there was no issue with the attire I was wearing. I was able to dress and even sports wise, you don't have it's not a contact sport basically.
Yeah.
So I think for them it made them much more comfortable knowing that I'm not running around breaking bones.
Even your mother is happy.
Yeah.
My daughter is fine. It's
That
safe.
is what we do.
Yeah. So now let me ask our mother here, as a Kenyan coach, as a woman, please tell us the challenges as a woman coach, as a Muslim woman coach.
Big challenges. Now, where do
Yeah.
I start? Where do
And
I
of
finish?
course she's your daughter.
You
And
won't
she's
have
your daughter.
time in this on the TV show for me
Yeah.
to.
Just touch, guzia tu.
There are challenges, and also I'm on the World Archery, which is our international federation. I'm on their gender equity. So we have generally in archery there are a lot of generally in the world there are a lot of in sports there are a lot of challenges, a lot. We're trying to push forward to get more women coaches. We're trying to get more women referees, more women judges. Participation. The woman will someone of her, they'll start archery, they'll make it to the top and then decide to get married, and then of course children, blah,
Leave
blah,
it.
blah, everything
And
just,
leave it, yeah.
and then it just gets, and we've seen champion archers do that, yeah? So we want to encourage, and I'll tell you another discrimination which is always in the top of my head.
Yeah.
Many of the archery competitions that pay prize money,
Yeah.
the men get
More.
double
Double
the prize amount than the women do. And we're still fighting on that one. Why? If you can't encourage the women to give them the same amount at least, how do you expect them to come forward then? Yeah. So there are a lot of difficulties in getting women to, to recognize women in sports. And you can imagine us as, the first thing I get asked is, you went to the Olympics like that in your hijab? Yes, we did.
Like
And
that?
yeah, the first international competition she did, we took her and another gentleman from Kenya, we went as a team, was the World Games in Germany.
Mashallah.
In those days, it was Taliban, this and all that. So when we're walking around on the streets, all we would get thrown at was by other people, verbal was Taliban, and things like that.
It's really disgusting.
It was fine. I mean, it was our first competition. We had the adrenaline. You could say that, ooh, we're in a competition, we're going, yeah? And we let it pass. We let it pass.
Shezhana, before we go to Maracana, I know you are in that historic stadium.
Yeah.
But let's talk about other competitions that you have participated in and how did you perform? Because I myself knew you in 2016 as an Olympian. You went to represent Kenya. And when I saw the picture of this young girl, I was like, hijab, mashallah, huyu ataweza kweli, because of what you're saying, the wild looks, the vitrials, the Al-Shabaab and such things.
Yeah.
So which other competitions have you participated in? Did you start in high school?
Okay, there's been, archery is not a sport in schools at the moment.
As I have said.
We're still
You'll
working,
kill
yeah,
people
so any
and injure
competition
many.
I have done has either been national or international.
Yeah.
So I have been for over 10 international competitions, including the Commonwealth Games in 2010. I've been for 5 Africa Championships, 6 now actually, 6 Africa Championships, of which in 2016 I was the Africa Women's Champion
Mashallah.
until 2019. So from 2016 to 2019 I was the reigning champion for women in this particular type of archery. It's called recurve.
This one?
Yeah.
We'll talk about
This is a type of bow, yeah. So, and yeah, we've been for many. I've been for a South Africa Nationals, I've been for a World Cup stage, Turkish Nationals.
Kenya tumefika World Cup. Hata kama si mpira.
Yeah. Yes.
So apart from you, is there any other person in Kenya that has reached your level of archery?
Yeah.
There are actually 2 Kenyan archers who have been for the Olympics before. I believe it was 2000 Sydney Olympics. They both went on wildcards. A lady by the name of Jennifer
Wildcard,
Mbuta.
but not
Yes, but not qualified.
qualification. You qualified.
I was the first to qualify, yes. But they
Mashallah.
still went and represented the country. Dominique Rebello was a male representative and Jennifer Mbuta was the female. So they've both attended.
So you were the third one.
Yes, I was the
In
third
the-
to go for the Olympics and the first to
Let's talk
qualify.
about Rio. I love Rio.
Kwanza,
World Cup
Rio.
ya 2016.
World Cup ya 2016.
Wewe ni footballer, najua utaniambia nini.
World Cup si ya 2016 North
Ya
Side.
2014.
2014 nakumbuka Brazil kikanyagwa
Nilijua.
na Germany.
Hapo Marakana. Hapo tupigwa
Same stadium.
7.
Alafu kumbe kuna Mkenya alikuwa anashinda pale. Mkenya
Eh.
alikuwa anashinda pale Marakana. Yaani Shezhana alifika Marakana.
Shezhana,
Sisi hatukufika pale
Tell
jamani.
us something about Rio Olympics. How did you do it? You know, Olympics is very hectic. For you to qualify,
Na pressure,
you need to go
kila aina.
a lot of hurdles.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
With a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Yes.
And of course, thanks to you,
Thanks to
Mama
your
here.
coach. Yeah.
As a coach and as your mother, I'm very sure she made sure you performed very well.
Yeah, they did their best. It was a very difficult time, I will admit. The stress was incredible, but at the end of it all, when people ask you how is it to go to the Olympics, you don't know what to tell them, because this is the highest sporting event in the world. And I'm there regardless of how I got there. There is no answer you can give someone that will fill that.
I like your answer.
Yeah,
I
that
like
will,
your
you know,
answer.
you.
No words to describe.
Exactly, there's no words to describe. So people ask me, and I'll sit there for 10 seconds thinking, what do I say? Do I jump and scream, or be like?
So,
"It was amazing."
Shezhana, I see here some medals. Can you please tell us about the medals and the story behind it?
There's one medal.
Let's start with the.
Okay, so there's a variety of trophies.
We start with which one?
The medal.
Any.
The
The
gold
medal right
The
at
medal,
the side.
yeah.
I only removed one because
Shoaib, let me touch it.
The gold.
it's not
the
real
gold.
gold.
Eh?
I already tried.
Just cross over, Shoaib. Why are you fearing?
It's gold. It's gold.
This is a gold
a gold medal. Yeah.
medal.
Yeah.
Pengine
You
cameraman
can see
wangu
the
tuoneshe.
details on the
Kuna
back.
watu wengi wanaiona tu kwa mbali, and when the national anthem is being played, wanasema tumefika, hawaamini. So tell us, which one is this, and when did you?
So this is the Africa Championship medal that
That
I
is,
won. So that is
20
the 2016 to
before you went
2019.
for the Olympics.
Yes. So this medal is what helped me qualify for the Olympics.
Oh, so this is where you qualified.
Yeah.
Yes. So because I won the championship, I automatically qualified and got my slot to the Olympics.
Mashallah.
Okay.
Naona ziko mingi hapa
Then
tu.
there are some others there, but
Change.
So-
chukua ile ya glass.
Again.
This one here in the middle.
This one.
Yeah.
Plastic.
It looks like the Burj.
Burj Al Khalifa.
It's a local competition.
Tell us about that.
So this is actually it's a national competition.
Yeah.
This is someone, in fact, one of the archers, he helped design them. And we're very lucky to have had them made. So it's just a random design we came up. So I was the first in the 70 meters. This is the distance we shoot.
70 meters.
70 meters. And recurve is the type of bow, as I'd explained. There's different types of bows. So basically, yes, this was the name of the club. It does not exist anymore. But yes.
Why?
So, they changed names. So
Okay.
the names have been changing. So currently the name is different. But yes, so I was the first in the 70 meters.
Number 1.
recurve.
Hapa imeandikwa number 1. Usishuku mtazamaji, imeandikwa number 1. Yaani nambari moja kwa lugha ya Kiswahili. Ndio mtu atafikiri.
So we'll continue with the accolades here.
Yeah.
But I'm so interested in this one.
This one. Yeah.
I want the Kenya coach to tell us about this one. I don't know,
The
but
beginner's bow?
but it looks familiar.
Yeah.
Afadhali. Yaani unaweza isema.
But I don't want to talk about that one because honestly, I don't understand.
Hauko.
anything. So, Ma'am,
Yes.
can you start by explaining to us this one?
Okay, this is a beginner's bow. This is where everybody starts. Yeah. You might think it's wood. It's laminated with fiberglass. Yeah. So every beginner starts with this. They are in different sizes. They come in different. When we say sizes, it means the pull. This, because this is how you're going to pull it. Yeah. It's called poundage. They are the men. The heavier men can pull. I will not be able to pull it. Yeah. No, you and I can pull the same poundage. But this is a soft bow. Kids have a slightly smaller in length bow for little kids. So according to, we assess the person to see how big they are, what they can pull. You can have some very big people, but they don't have the upper arm strength. Yeah. So we assess, we train them. These are our arrows. These are again beginners' arrows. They're not what Shezhana shoots with in her competition. So we call this an arrow shaft, and nowadays you can see they're not wood. They're made of carbon fiber. Yeah, they're made of carbon fiber. And you can see how light they are.
But
Yeah.
they cannot harm anybody.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
they
yes,
can.
They can.
They can.
They can.
They
yes.
can.
They can. Yeah, they
Yaani
can.
sasa hadi nikichukua hapa nikupime.
Yeah, yeah.
Hivyo ndo tumeenda kotini.
They will go through anything.
It can go through.
Yeah.
It depends on the speed.
At a close distance.
At a close
It
distance.
also depends on the strength of the
The
bow, as she
strength
was
of the
saying.
bow.
And I'm seeing the way you are holding it.
Yeah.
It's not like what.
It's like
It's
you're a
not-
coach.
It's not like what we do.
Yeah, the average Maasai would go and shoot.
Yeah, like
They'll go down.
No, this is what her and I have been taught to train people as. We've done trainings on these things as coaches, that you have to, as an archer, where she has reached, that is how you shoot.
Okay.
Yeah. basically the equipment is sensitive. It looks tough, but it's sensitive. Hers is more sensitive because it's more money. So that is really sensitive, that one. And you'll see with the difference when she shows you that her competition equipment and our beginner's equipment is different in the sense that there's more precision added to
this one.
Yeah,
and it's also it is also
It's lighter, the
it's
fletch,
lighter.
those are called fletches. Mine are
those are
different.
special.
yeah.
They spin the arrow. These are just for beginners. They only want the arrow to reach the
Yeye ndio alitaka kuenda.
target. Yeah.
Hii ni yetu sisi wa Masai.
Yeah.
So Soib is really
this is it.
happy to
I mean,
be-
in
really
some
enjoying, I'm
African
really enjoying.
countries, and I know America, Canada and America, they still do it. They hunt,
Yeah.
which we totally, Cookie
Even
and
in
I
many
disagree.
African countries, hunting
South
goes on.
African, yeah.
South
The
Africa.
Khoisan and
Yeah.
that group. Shezhana, step forward and tell us now
About this
about
one now.
the more money one.
Yeah.
Because this is what you used for the Olympics,
Yes.
right?
This is the one,
Yes.
yeah.
It was actually a purple one, but exactly the same
Like this one.
model.
I saw, because I follow sports so much and I was watching all games, I saw you shoot and then you leave it.
You have to drop the bow, yes.
You drop
actually
it.
Drop it, yes.
Nani ana drop hiki?
Unarusha unaangalia badili
Hiyo unarusha na unaangalia kai inaenda unarusha.
That is part of the discipline.
Yes.
The person who actually coached me originally, I shoot a different category of bow.
Yeah.
He said, think gold, which is the middle part of your target. You shoot at targets like these.
Okay. This
Yeah?
What do we
So
call
this is gold.
What do we call this?
Paper face.
Paper face.
Target paper
Not
face.
bullseye like we were saying.
No.
Bullseye ni zile za
This is
nini
the
wewe
bullseye.
vipi wewe?
That's the
This is
bullseye in the middle.
bullseye, but we call it
Iko
an
wewe.
X. We call it
So
an X.
that, the middle one where
Middle
X
one.
is.
Called,
Yeah.
it's called an
So
X.
if you hit anywhere around the X, that is gold.
All the yellow.
All the yellow.
That is. It's just that you get scored according to the mark. See, we've written them here for you. That is 10. This one is 10. There's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Watu na
If
watu
you
kwa
hit
wengi hapa.
anywhere else,
It's a
zero.
miss.
Nur, watu na watu kwa wengi.
Before you explain this one, I've seen another type of sports called darts,
Yes.
and it has the same thing.
No, those are
Bars.
look. They look like a pie. The darts board, it looks like a pie.
It's
so
different.
one score is like this, one score is like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you
different.
throw is
Yes.
where you score.
Ile sasa ndio kuna bullseye wewe
Yeah.
na wewe. Wewe umesema uchata
So you're
bullseye.
aiming,
Bullseye.
you're aiming for a triangle instead of a circle in darts. Yes.
All right, amazing. Now, take us through this one, please. How
One,
it is called.
one misconception is that people think this is different. Believe it or not, the two bows are exactly the same. They're both called a recurve bow, and they are both the same type of bow. The only difference is, of course, mine is a competition grade. So this is the Porsche. Now that one is Toyota Vitz. But they're still going to take you from
Okay.
A to B.
This
If
one
you're
belongs
driving
to
from
Shuaib, this one is mine.
so
They serve
So,
the same purpose.
they serve you'll never see someone in Olympics using that because the technology that goes into building this one is obviously much more.
Another story.
Yeah?
Understood.
So that one is made much more simpler and much more affordable so people can learn the sport. Then when you're ready, you invest in this one. But if somebody came and asked you what's the category of your bow, that is a recurve, this is also a recurve.
Okay.
So neither this is an Olympic recurve, that is a beginner's recurve.
Okay.
Kwa hivyo
Yeah.
mimi shoot a recurve.
And
I just say the word recurve.
so for example, if I took off all the accessories on my bow, ideally what you'd see is this, which you'll see is exactly the same on the other one. You'll see the center part, again, center part, this end and the string. Same. The only things I've added now are my accessories, which help me to shoot the longer distances.
Oh, those are yours.
Yes. So these are the stabilizers. They help to absorb vibration and stabilize my shot. This is the sight. It actually helps me to aim at a long distance. It has a very small crosshair with an orange dot. I think Shoaib can see it.
I can see.
Yeah, he should be able to see it. The orange dot. So that helps me. This is actually it has a spring inside, so it helps control my arrow on the shot. This. So all these are important.
Tuone vile inaweza enda. Bora tusiachilie.
No, I can't. Yeah, I'll actually have to face it in a direction in which no one is standing. So the arrow actually sits on the string. And it sits just like that on the bow.
Hii si ile ulenge.
So it
Inakuwa
simply
design tofauti.
sits like
So
that on
the
the
way
bow.
you've put it there, that is
ready for shooting.
This is
that's
ready
how
to
you're going
shoot, yeah.
shoot.
Yeah.
You're not holding the
No,
arrow.
She'll have to.
I have to hold the bow like so, and then I have to hold. I actually hold the string, not the arrow. But this is how. But I have a lot of accessories I have to wear as well. There's a chest guard, an arm guard, and a finger tab, because this is quite hard to pull. So I need it has leather on it to protect my fingers. So, but this is ideally how I'd hold: one finger up, two down, and if the target was there, then I'd raise the bow to the target and draw back and fire.
And fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yes. And you'll also notice when my mom was drawing the bow, she never released. She never fired it once. She drew and let back. You cannot fire a bow without an arrow. That is why.
Why?
Because the vibration, the strength basically of the string goes into pushing the arrow. All that force, it goes into this. If you take this off and then fire, the vibration goes into these. These are very sensitive. These are the most sensitive. So the vibration tends to cause cracks within them, and eventually they break. So we call that a dry fire, and a dry fire is very dangerous. So you cannot fire a bow without an arrow. So if you want to draw it, you have to.
You also need to be so sharp in.
It's steady. You have to be steady.
Very steady and so sharp, because the target that you're aiming must be exact. Or if you're going to shoot, maybe not the target, but it should be near the target.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, ideally we have to hit any one of those rings.
Okay.
So you have to score. You miss is not an option. Miss should not
Miss
be an
should
option.
not. Miss is the white part.
No, outside the white. Outside the last white ring, yes.
Oh, then I can also not miss.
No. The 1 and 2. The 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So you have to hit anywhere there.
But okay, for me, ideally, I try not to miss the red, because the top archers don't miss this one. So that's also my goal, is not to miss this one.
As we speak,
yes.
Where do you stand? The red or the yellow?
Right now, I have some that fall into the blue. I have those few stray ones, but then those are the ones now I know I need to work on. Whatever happened that made those few come out here. Occasionally, even in a really bad shot, and you know, mistakes happen, you'd even get one going further out, or even once maybe a miss if you don't place it properly on the bow, because these things happen, unfortunately.
To qualify for the Olympics.
Don't miss this.
Don't miss the yellow.
Don't miss the red or the yellow.
The red one.
Yeah.
Now,
people
who are blind,
you see the white one? The white one,
that is where you are. Now, Shezhana, we are so much appreciative of that. At least tell us,
let me help you,
average price of this, because there are young ladies outside there and also gentlemen who are looking at you and saying, wow, I want to be like you. But where do we get this one? How much? At how much?
The good thing is, even for competition gear, you have a wide variety of brands and models, just like a phone.
Yeah.
You can have your Nokia, but then the models start from, I don't know, 5 point or 4 point something. They've reached, I don't know, 8 point something now, and you know the 8 point something is the most expensive.
Yeah.
But you can still start competitive shooting with even that 5 point something model. And the 5 point something model is much more affordable. So for example, this particular bow I saved up for 2 years because I wanted to go for the Olympics, and I knew I needed the equipment. And funnily enough, I bought this bow, and it was 6 months later I went for the championship and I qualified.
Wow.
But it still took me 2 years to save for this, because this was actually the top model in the market at the time.
At how much?
I paid $2,000 for the bow alone, without the accessories.
$2,000, that is close
Yeah.
to...
So basically, on estimation, if you go onto an archery shop right now and you look for the top gear, the top, which is what only now the professionals, the ranked top 3, top 10 archers use, you're paying about at least $4,000 for your entire kit. Which includes of course the accessories, because the accessories are separate. I already had my accessories, so I only saved for 3 pieces.
Okay.
Which is the main pieces. These 2 on the ends and the center part. That's it.
$2,000.
Yes, the rest I already had, thank goodness, alhamdulillah. So I didn't have to buy those again. But if I wish to upgrade now, I'll have to save even more.
Shoaib, endelea tu kucheza kalongolongo. Kalongolongo, hapo uwezi. Hapo tu. Now, let's go back to you, ma'am. How is it like training your own daughter?
It wasn't difficult, let me put it that way.
Because she has already done this.
It wasn't difficult. I think she had so much, she still does, lives archery. She breathes archery, she lives archery. So to get her off the field was difficult.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was an easy
now
job
you're
for
tired. Come on, let's go. You've done this many. You know, she used to set targets that we have to do this many arrows, this many in this much period. Yeah. So the trouble was, come on, Shezhana, you need to get off now. You need to go home and rest. You need to sleep, build up your energy again.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm not getting it right. I want to do it again.
So she's versatile. She
Yeah,
wants
yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
everything right.
Yeah, she wants to be
Mashallah.
Mashallah.
Shezhana, I saw you carried our flag in 2016. How was the feeling? How was the feeling?
I couldn't tell what was better, being at the Olympics or carrying the flag. It was like...
Because
they were
you
both
are
up there.
carrying 45 million people.
That's
45
why
million.
the flag was so heavy.
It was heavy
Oh my goodness.
because of the 45 million people.
Yeah,
Now,
but-
I'm sure you are proud of yourself.
Very.
Were there any Kenyan fans when you were performing?
One.
One.
I will never forget that lady. Goodness, I wish I knew her name. I wish I could meet her. She was only one.
She even wrote on a tiny piece of paper.
No,
said,
she had her iPad.
she's showing us from the
And
show.
she had worn a scarf with the Kenyan colors, so she was holding that up.
Yeah, yeah. Mashallah.
Only one, yes.
Only one.
How was your performance at Rio?
Very tough. I was eliminated in my first match because we do a ranking and then you go into elimination matches.
Okay.
But my first match was against the world number 3 ranked lady,
Ooh.
and she beat me by 1 point.
Only one.
One point.
World number 3.
So
Mashallah.
I was very happy with that. I was like, I don't mind.
That is a gold medal.
Yes.
And
And I
she
even-
was
I
the
got her
first one to
autograph.
score a 10 in those matches. She was the first one.
So
then
I was
she
very
came
elated.
on.
I got
What
her
do you
autograph.
tell? What do you tell our children back at home?
Our
Because
girls.
because
Especially our girls. Our Muslims.
it's an honor.
Yeah.
Look at yourself. You are in your hijab. You are representing a country of 40 plus million people.
And Muslims.
A country is known for athletics,
Yeah.
Yeah.
archery. That is news, breaking news. What do you tell them? They want to be like you.
Basically, is I tend to tell people that if I had given up because it was so difficult at points, if I had given up, I would never have reached where I am. So I tend to tell people that if they find a passion like I have for archery, it doesn't matter what it is in, whatever it is, even if it's cooking in the kitchen, if you find a passion, don't let it go, no matter what. Hold on to it and feed it.
Shoaib, are we seeing her in the next Olympics?
I think we will. And I'm
Inshallah,
praying, inshallah, to see her.
2024.
I'm praying to see her. Kwa sababu sasa
2024.
nitakuwa najichocha 2024.
2024.
Yes.
It's this
No,
year.
the qualifier for 2021
This is
already
done.
finished. We didn't
done.
qualify. Kenya did not qualify, unfortunately.
How is it? How is it that it's Africa qualifying?
Yes, it's Africa qualifying. So the entire continent has to bring the archers together, and whichever, so for example, whoever wins, that country will get that space.
And
But
there
it's
are
only 2 women and 2 men in the
in the
entire
whole
continent who can
Olympics.
qualify.
Ni wadogo
In the
sana.
whole Olympics, only 4 people from
No,
Africa
no,
go.
I'm not getting it. You mean? So it's not Kenya.
No, it's not Kenya.
Qualifying.
It's
It's
Africa.
Africa.
It's Africa.
So in Africa, only 4 people.
2
Qualify.
women and 2 men, yes.
So 4 only
Yes.
qualify for the Olympics.
Yep.
My goodness.
That's individual. Then you can have one more who qualifies, but they have to qualify as a team. So since we shoot individual currently, we don't count that. So it's only 2 and 2 for now. But if you're considering participating in the mixed team event, you can also qualify for the Olympics through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mashallah, Shezhana. Mwenyezi Mungu akuzidishie inshallah. Kujalie kila la kheri.
Now, your dad is a celebrated rally driver. Your mom is your coach. What type of a family do you come from? Is it blessed? I don't know.
Alhamdulillah, very blessed. Allah's Nema is there, Rahmat is there.
No.
Alhamdulillah. And you know, her brothers also, one is a quad bike champion for Kenya.
Mashallah.
One is a cycling champion, and he's the youngest one, younger to her. He still cycles every weekend. He's doing some kind of a race or something or other.
I wish I will get Azar, your father, one day and talk to him also in Halua here, because we really need him. Now we get back to you. We'll get back to you because we need to talk about some other things. But Shoaib,
No.
kulikuwa na rugby Emirates.
Bila shaka rugby tulikuwa na mshike kidogo, ingawa tulimpiga jirani yetu Uganda.
Mshike tulifanya vizuri, tulimpiga Spain, tukampiga Chile mara ya kwanza.
Lakini kumaliza nafasi ya 5. Unajua kuna
Tunaenda
ile
nafasi ya 5.
Nafasi ya 5 kuna ile Kenya Sevens hatufai kumaliza nafasi ya 5 Nur Said. Yafaa tuweze kumbuka ni rugby sevens. Unajua Kenya Harambee Stars tukimaliza hata chini inaeleweka. Lakini rugby sevens alafu tunamaliza nyuma ya timu, ukisikia utashtuka Nur Said.
Tuko Olympics.
Jamani, ati nyuma ya Canada. Canada ni wazuri. Ni wazuri ndio, lakini kumbuka Kenya tumewapiga mara 2 mfululizo. Tukamaliza nyuma ya Chile, jamani, Chile, Nur Said.
Chile pia si mchezo, kina Alexis.
Tumewapiga mimi nasema rugby. Kuna mpira wewe.
Kwani rugby hakuna Alexis?
Alexis Sanchez. Alafu uzuri tulimaliza nafasi ya 5 lakini out of 8. Kwa hivyo tulikuwa
5 out of 8. Niambie tu Uganda walikuwa juu yetu ama chini yetu?
Walikuwa chini nafasi ya 6.
Very good. Sasa hapo tumeshinda. Then Shwaib, kabla ya kurudi kwa wageni wetu, pia tulikuwa na CAF Champions League, African CAF Champions League. Na tuliona jirani zetu wanaitwaje, Simba ya Tanzania walifanya vizuri sana, wamemaliza top of their group, walimchapa AS Vita mabao 4-1. Wamekwenda Misri jana, wametoa bao 1-0,
lakini jana.
Unaonaje, ina maana kwamba hawa wamejipanga vizuri na wanapanda katika michezo yao?
Sasa Simba is a team to watch, Nur Said, katika hii CAF Champions League. Kumbuka walikuwa na hii group wamewekwa ni ngumu sana. Kumbuka walikuwa na Al Ahli,
Simba, Al Ahli,
Vita,
AS Vita na Al Merreikh.
Kumbuka hii group ni ngumu. Hii group si mchezo.
Lakini wametop.
Lakini wamekuja number 1. Kumaanisha they are a team to watch katika hii CAF Champions League msimu huu. Alafu Belouizdad cha kusababisha walipiga the Brazilians, Mamelodi Sundowns, tena Afrika Kusini.
Lakini Belouizdad walitufunga Gor Mahia 8.
Bwana kutukumbusha aibu zenu. Alafu Vita Club ingawa ilishindwa kufuzu, lakini ilimpiga Al Merreikh 3-1, lakini walishindwa kufuzu. Aliyefuzu katika group hiyo ni Simba na Al Ahli.
Na Al Ahli katika hii group nyingine,
mark my words, Simba na Al Ahli huenda wakapatana finali.
Usijaribu kusema hivyo.
Mark my words, Nur Said.
Usijaribu kusema hivyo, maana Simba kama atacheza alivyocheza jana, apatani na Mwarabu,
tayari ashafuzu.
Utaniambia.
Tayari ushafuzu, unajua wewe hata uweze weka watu wako. Cha kusajabisha, Sundowns alikanyagwa na Belouizdad, lakini amekuja namba 1
katika kundi
la group yao.
Kwa hivyo Belouizdad anaweza kutana na Simba.
Inawezekana.
Kwa maana namba 1 huku anakutana na namba 2 huku.
Bila shaka. Alafu Tipi Mazembe ameondoka katika Champions League. Hajafuzu, Nur Said.
Safari basi kuna mambo.
Safari hii ni kubaya.
Anaitwa Tupuisa. Unajua huyu ana private jet yao, wakisafiri wanaenda naye.
Just imagine.
Alafu
wanakuja nafasi ya 3.
Lakini leo pia kesho kulikuwa na mechi za Europa League. Sijui timu ya Manchester United kwanza ulisema utawauliza wanashabikia timu gani?
Kweli kabisa. Shezhana, which team do you support in England?
Football. None.
Thank you very much.
Our mother, Liverpool.
Yeah, not the answer he was looking for.
I knew she was Liverpool.
Because
our mothers, our fathers, our grandfathers, obviously
they knew Liverpool.
Yes. But she's talking of the Liverpool from
Ian
in the back,
from the back. Kenny Dalglish.
King Kenny. So these are pure Liverpool fans, not these glory hunting fans that we have nowadays. They know Ian Rush, Grobela, Kenny Dalglish, and
wale
so
wa
on and so
forth.
So in Kenya, any team that you
football.
like?
The thing with football, I don't like watching it or following it, but if you ask me to play, I'm very happy.
Very good, very good.
Very happy
Now you want you to support Gor Mahia. That is the biggest team in Africa. Yeah. Now, Shwaib, let's finish with the games. How did your team perform, Manchester?
Tuanze na mechi ambazo zilianza mapema. Arsenal walishindwa kushinda wakatoka sare ya 1-1. Ndaja results. Nasoma results, Nur Said. Arsenal walichezea Emirates wakatoka sare ya 1-1. Alhamisi ijayo inshallah watakwenda kwa kina Slavia Praha, alafu huenda mambo yakawa mengine. Manchester United wakamgaragaza Granada 2-0. Tulikuwa awe. Roma akampiga Ajax na hamna shida, bora ni 2-0. Roma akamchapa Ajax 2-1 Amsterdam. Kwa hivyo Ajax watakwenda away. Kwa hivyo Roma kuna away goal 2. Villarreal akamchapa Dinamo Zagreb 2-1. Zagreb alimtoa na Hotspur. Tukija katika UEFA Champions League
hapo sasa,
Nur Said, Liverpool ya mama yetu ilichapwa na Real Madrid 3-1. Lakini
but Liverpool has the potential to turn it around.
Exactly.
I know them.
Huenda wakarudi hapa. Si mchezo. Kumbuka walipigwa
Real
4-0.
Madrid haijakuwa
hawako sawa. Tusidanganyane, hawako sawa.
Kwa hivyo leo Real Madrid na Barcelona
hapo
El
nampatia Real
Clasico.
Madrid. Hapo nampatia Real Madrid nuru saidi kwa sababu Barcelona pia hawako kabisa.
but they are rising, wako sawa, wanapanda
Ndio
sasa.
they are rising lakini hawako nuru saidi. Kumbuka defense yao hawapo. Ingawa wa Real Madrid kuna jamaa ana kata lakini kufunga ndo shida.
Anaitwa nani?
Vinicius Junior.
Vinicius.
Huyu mtu sijui akaa aje. But midfield ya
Kwao ni hapa Kisumu, teremka kidogo pale inaitwa Nyalenda. That is where he was born.
Now what I give Real Madrid an upper hand ni midfield ya Modric, Toni Kroos na Casemiro. Hapo ndo kuna matata.
Ndo watavuruga
Hapo
Barcelona.
watavuruga Barcelona.
Kwa sababu kuna the pint size guy.
Ehe.
Huyo mtu wenu.
Ndio nakueleza Nursai. Alafu Man City huenda katolewa Champions League maana alishinda 2-1.
2-1.
Wako na wego moja na Borussia Dortmund. Bayern kufuzu itakuwa matata.
But that is a repeat of last year's final.
Ndio lakini walipigwa 3-2.
3-2. Wow.
PSG walikuwa away.
Mbappe.
PSG walikuwa away. Kwa hivyo wako na away goal 3. Nursai. Chelsea akamchapa aliyepiga Juventus Porto.
So quickly we have 3 minutes. Arsenal, Sheffield United.
Leo katika English Premier League. Lakini kumbuka Nur Said, English Premier League imerejea lakini imerejea tena mechi ni nyingi. Sijui wanateta hasa kocha Mikel Arteta anateta kwa sababu mechi ni nyingi. Amecheza Thursday. Kumbuka amecheza juzi tu. Tena anacheza Sunday. Tena Thursday. Haya tena Sunday. Just imagine. Kwa hivyo mechi inaendelea sasa kati ya Man City na Leeds iko 0-0. Liverpool Aston Villa Anfield. Kumbuka Anfield sasa wanapigwa kupigwa.
Aston Villa ilipiga Liverpool ngapi first leg?
7.
Sorry ma'am. I just had to
Sorry
remind.
Okay, who's leading the British Championship?
It's Manchester City.
Manchester City.
Yeah.
But number 2 is Manchester United.
Liverpool is number 6. Continue.
Liverpool hatari hapo chini. Haya, mechi za leo.
No, we just want to touch on the important games.
Sawa.
When are you playing?
Tottenham Man U kesho.
Mlipigwa ngapi first leg?
6:30. First leg. Tusiyaseme.
No.
PG.
Ilikuwa ngapi? Ilikuwa ngapi? Tukumbushe tu.
Mtazamaji, tulipigwa 6.
So Manchester United watapigwa wapi nini?
Tunakwenda
White Hart Lane mtapigwa 7 now this time.
Haya,
Now, let's leave it at that.
Naam.
Mtazamaji, nilikuuliza swali. Leo tuna wageni katika studio, kocha mama yetu Tabassum Anwar na Shezhana Anwar ambao wametuletea sifa sisi kama Wakenya, sisi kama Waislamu. Tunafurahia sana tukipata wageni kama hawa. Lakini nikuuliza swali, archery, hii mchezo ambayo anaifanya kwa Kiswahili inaitwaje? Hakuna mtu ambaye ameniambia. Nimeangalia maswali, majibu nimeangalia, sijaona. Nambari zangu za simu nimekupatia, hujanipigia. Shwaibi na maana hawaja.
Kuna mmoja ametumia message Nur Said. Anasema kupiga shabaha. Kupiga shabaha. Nikamwambia hapana, kupiga shabaha umenoa. Inaweza maanisha maneno mingi.
Kupiga shabaha hapana. Michael Kiggs anasema tuko locked mbaya, hiyo sijui ni aje. Fatuma Ramadhan ananiambia tu
Kiswahili kigumu Nur Said.
Babu wa FB anasema tuko pamoja sana, hiyo ni
usisome.
Hey, anasema kutupa mshale.
Lakini
but akona idea. Kwa Kiswahili inaitwa kulenga shabaha. Kulenga shabaha. So Shezhana ni mlenga shabaha. Let's finish shabaha. Shezhana, your feeling as a Muslim woman, hijabi, representing your country in all those competitions, without bias of anything. How do you always wanna feel vipi yani?
I think the reason I've been in the sport so long is because it felt it was a home away from home. It just felt I felt always comfortable. I felt this was something I truly enjoyed, and it was a passion. This was my first experience of what true passion is.
The archery people around the world.
Yeah.
I won't ask you to tell us about her future plans, but where do you see her in the next few years?
In archery?
In archery, yeah.
I see her pushing
hopefully at the next Olympics.
Inshallah.
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 But Shezhana, I want you to tell me something because we have just a minute.
Yeah.
Sporting events have been banned in Kenya. What is your take about that?
It's actually been very difficult since COVID started. In fact, the one range where we train, where the national team trains, was at an educational institution, of which all were shut down.
Yeah.
We have had no place to train for over a year now. So we are actually quite stuck in terms of the sport.
So it's taking a toll on.
It's taking a
each and
very
every
big
sports
toll,
person.
yes.
Any last words for
The viewers?
viewers?
Thank you for having us. And yeah, don't give up on your dreams. Yeah, don't give up on any passions you have, yes.
You see, when we talk about archery,
Yeah.
I'm very sure so many people that are watching us can't afford it, but at least they can have that dream.
Hope, yeah.
Hope, yeah, because the last thing a human being is supposed to lose, that is hope. Yeah, even Allah anatuambia kul ya ibadi alladhina asrafu la taqnatu min rahmatillah. We started with the hadith. I told Shuaib that hadith sahih kwamba Rasul anasema tuwafunze watoto wetu michezo mitatu.
Yeah, 3 things.
Tuwafunze archery, tuwafunze
Horse
swimming
riding.
na horse riding.
That's right.
Yeah.
You are good in all of them.
Horse riding, no.
Shuaib says he knows none.
None.
Even swimming.
I have done horse riding, not professionally,
Not professional,
but I can ride a horse.
She's a swimmer, she's an archer.
I used to swim, not anymore. But so at least I know I can float.
You cannot
Which
dive.
is
You
yeah,
cannot
which
dive
is
inside
more
the
than I
water.
can say for my mom, but she can't swim. But so I can do all 3, but archery I can do the best, definitely.
MashaAllah. Any wishes? Any Ramadan wishes for?
Ramadan Mubarak in advance.
And give
Inshallah, may we get through with ease.
Amin.
and also give our regards to Azhar.
Azhar, yes. I'll let him know.
Tell him
Inshallah.
if he finds time, we will be very glad to host him. Inshallah. We are
Inshallah.
glad to have you.
Thank
May
you.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
Amin.
bless you.
Amin.
You have amazing Ramadan.
Amin.
May he also protect you from every harm.
Amin.
Because whenever you
Exactly.
anything you do, you always put Allah subhanahu wa
Inshallah.
ta'ala first.
Mashallah.
Shuaib wasemaje? Tumalize.
Mtazamaji, tumalize na kuacha na kauli nilikujuza hapo awali. Waswahili pwani wasema mtumia juani hulia kivulini, na mimi nakuacha na ukiwa fan wa Arsenal utakuwa matatani. Niite Shuaib Ali na kuacha na salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ya pili ni ya Waswahili wa Nakuru, si wa pwani. Mtazamaji, na mimi pia nakushukuru, tumepitisha leo muda wetu kidogo, lakini na hakika umeridhika, umefaidika katika wageni ambao tumekuja nao ama tumewakuletea hii leo, mchezo ambao wametuonesha. Hii ndio kulenga shabaha. This is archery that we told you about. Then if your child is talented in anything, kindly mold the child, train the child. You might just end up being like Mama Shezhana here. Wewe ndo coach na mtoto wako yuko katika Olimpiki. Don't lose that hope. Mimi naitwa Nur Said. Ukinipata viwanjani niite mshambulizi aliyestaafu. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.